Hey guys, today I'm going to be talking about 5 things that I recommend you declutter and organise before the Christmas holidays. Generally, I think most of us tend to leave decluttering and organising until after Christmas, and we do it in the new year, and that's when we have piles and piles of stuff from Christmas, and then we still have stuff in our house from the previous year. So I'm going to talk to you about 5 things I think you could declutter and organise before Christmas, just to make the holiday season a little bit simpler and easier for you. If you're new to my channel, my name's Mel. I have a lot of tips on my channel that basically aim to help you simplify your life to make that modern mum life so much easier. It's just a frantic, busy paced life. There are always things that we can do to help make our lives easier. And that's what I try to do on my channel. I produce weekly videos, so if that is what you're interested in, I'd love to have you click that red subscribe button below and join my YouTube family. My first suggestion of things that you can declutter and organise before Christmas will certainly come as no surprise to you guys if you're a parent like me and you have kids who have toys. Toys, they just get so many toys throughout the year, and so I find it's a good idea to declutter the toys before Christmas, just so that you know you're going to have a little bit of breathing space because stuff is going to be coming in the door at Christmas. With my toddler it doesn't matter so much. I can just kind of clear stuff out that I know she doesn't play with, or that's definitely not her favourite stuff, and she just won't tend to notice. She's only 2.5. With my son, he is 6.5, so he will definitely notice if I get rid of things that he wants, and so I tend to discuss it with him instead, and he knows that he'll be getting toys at Christmas, and I'll say to him, what are some things that you don't play with anymore that we could donate to other kids in need, or you could sell for some extra pocket money, or simply donate because you're not using them anymore and there's other kids that could get some use out of them. I'm always kind of decluttering my house, but in the last couple of months I've really concentrated on looking at what sort of toys my kids aren't playing with anymore, and basically trying to get those items out of my home. So I've actually made some extra cash by selling some of the toys that they don't use anymore. So things that are in really good condition and I know that are in demand on second-hand sites, I will sell those things. Other things I just donate. But it does help if you can sell a few things, and that way you'll have more money to spend on Christmas presents this year and you won't have to dip so much into your savings. The second thing I will go through and declutter and organise before Christmas is your gift wrap. So wrapping paper. I would definitely have a look at what you've got already before you run out and buy a whole lot of new gift wrap. So this is one thing that in past years has kind of accumulated in my house, where I've gone out and bought gift wrap, and then my husband's gone out and bought some gift wrap, and then I've got still got 5 rolls of gift wrap in my closet for the entire year because we haven't been able to use it all up. One thing I like to try is using brown paper and then jazzing up the parcel with different ribbons and things. I think that is a really fun way to wrap presents without necessarily having to go and buy heaps of Christmas wrap and run the risk of having too much left over. I think definitely for adults, if you're gifting things to adults, things wrapped in brown paper with pretty ribbons and some rustic decorations can actually be quite a novel, different idea. I know the kids usually like the cartoon wrapping paper and things like that, but to avoid having heaps of this stuff left over, then sometimes it's good to go for some plain designs or some pattern designs in one colour like gold, which you can actually use for other occasions as well. The third thing that I would definitely go through and check is the pantry. So if you haven't had a chance to do a pantry declutter, now is a really good time, because remember, with the holidays coming, all that, Christmas food, the Christmas mince pies, the gingerbread houses, the chocolates, the sweets, all that wonderful seasonal Christmas food, all those lovely treats are going to fill up your pantry. So I would look at what you've already got and what you can clear out or eat up before you're having to fill the pantry up with all the Christmas holiday food. This is a good opportunity to clean out those cupboards and use things like chips and nuts and pretzels, and even if you've got things like cans of chickpeas, you can turn them into hummus, and you can take them to Christmas drinks and nibbles, because a lot of people are catching up before Christmas, in Australia anyway it's warm, so we're having picnics and barbecues and Christmas parties and all that kind of thing. And also the other thing that could be hanging around your pantry is old party wear, so picnic wear, bowls, serviettes, disposable cutlery, disposable cups, all those kinds of things. If you've got a lot of stuff like that left over from parties or events throughout the year, then take those to picnics or parties as well, and you can use some of those things up. I mean, if they're kind of like, you know, plain red bowls, you could probably repurpose them for Christmas as well, but otherwise I would just try and use that stuff up before you're bringing all the seasonal stuff, all the seasonal party stuff into your home, if that's what you're doing. The fourth idea I have for decluttering before Christmas is look around your home and see if there's any spare coins or change lying around. Cash. You want to look for cash. That'll go towards your Christmas budget. And if you've got a husband like mine who, there's someone in your family who travels overseas a lot, whether it's for work or for holidays, lucky them, then they may have a whole lot of foreign currency lying around. My husband certainly will bring home lots of different currency, and you can't change the coins from other countries, but you can go and exchange the notes. And at one point I think I got about $200 worth of cash from collecting foreign currency that my husband had accumulated over the course of a year or 18 months. I went through everything, and then that was just some extra cash that I had to put towards something else in our budget. So it's a good idea to go through and do that at the end of the year before Christmas, so that you never know, you might get a nice surprise. And the fifth thing that I would recommend decluttering and organizing before Christmas are your closets, or even just one part of your closet. Especially if you have kids or significant other that you want to hide those presents from, then you're going to need somewhere to store them. So I have to be really good and make sure I've actually got space in those places to hide all of the presents. And it could be as simple as taking some of your seasonal clothing, so your summer clothing if you're in the northern hemisphere, or that bulky winter clothing and bulky winter doonas and all those kinds of things if you're down under in Australia or New Zealand or somewhere similar. Then you could get those space saver bags and just vacuum seal them up, and that'll at least give you some more room on a shelf in your closet. I tend to disguise things in black garbage bags and then sort of put blankets and bedding over the top so that my kids can't see. And hopefully my son doesn't watch this video because I don't want him to find out how I hide all the presents. Alright guys, so those are my 5 suggested items for decluttering and organizing before Christmas. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up, and of course don't forget to subscribe by clicking on my face below, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!